In Excel, you can create a little chart on the worksheet. Here we have student scores, and in column D, there is a cell that shows their grade on a scale of 100 using a little O as the marker. We'll see how you can create this little chart just with a formula on the worksheet. Here's the same data, and at the bottom I've added what our target score is, and we'll use that as our measure. In column D, I'm selecting all the cells where I would like the chart to appear. And I'll start with an equal sign. I'm typing a formula that uses the repeat function. That's capital R-E-P-T. And it's going to repeat some text in this cell a certain number of times. An open bracket, and we have to tell it what text we want to use. And I'll use the line character, quote, and this separator line. On my keyboard it's just above the enter key, and then closing quote. That's the character I want repeated, and then a comma, and the number of times should be the student's percentage. So I'll click on that cell, close the bracket, and to enter that formula in all the selected cells, I'll hold the Control key and press Enter. So now we have a little bar chart really in column D. I'm going to expand it so that the cell with the 100 is exactly at the end. When I click away, we can see our little bar chart that we've created using the repeat function. I find these bars can be a little hard to look at though, so a simpler looking chart is a dot plot. Instead of all these lines, we'll just have spaces, and at the very end we'll have the little circle. I'll select all those cells again, and in our repeat function, instead of that separator line, type a space character. And at the very end, we're going to put an O, space, ampersand, and then in quotes, lowercase o. This would give us 92 spaces and then an O at the end. We're going to have this as the last character, so we want one fewer space, so minus 1. So this will now be 91 spaces and then an O. Press the Control key and Enter to fill that formula in all the cells. And now that we've got this set up, we can format it a bit. I would add borders around all the cells and perhaps make it bold. You could use a different color, and then just check to make sure that O goes right to the very end of the bar. And once it's set up, you could delete that row and you're just left with the charts. And on the View tab, you could turn off the grid lines for a nice clean presentation of your data. For more Excel tips and tutorials, please visit my Contextures website at www.contextures.com.